Most women don't really care about your car, your job. But most will date a broke guy who has confidence over a rich dude who is socially awkward. With enough confidence, you don't even need to be good looking. According to some studies, the lack of testosterone decrease confidence and motivation. Higher levels of testosterone lead to increased feelings of confidence and self-motivation. Practicing semen retention boosts testosterone levels by up to 150%, which is enough to see notable changes in your body. If you want to make more money, get more jacked, or have more real-life sex, then you want your motivation for all these things to be sky-high, not rock-bottom. Ejaculating all the time leads to the latter. Wasting your semen will absolutely tank your testosterone. Ejaculating too often will make you less of a man on a very physical level. And in contrast to this, semen retention will indeed boost testosterone. And women crave this energy. The real testosterone benefits come when you have more energy for the gym and start gaining more muscle mass. Or when you start building your financial empire and live the life of your dreams. If you were to go months without releasing your seed, your intention would be so high that you could increase your income within a year. This isn't an exact science. But if you didn't bust for 1 year, you could likely double or triple your income during this year. Where if you busted every few days, this might take you 5 or 6 years. Because you're no longer wasting your precious masculine energy, you'll have a more masculine vibe, higher levels of confidence, and higher testosterone. We're talking behavioral attraction, or that alpha vibe. If you apply all this masculine energy correctly, and direct it towards lifting weights and getting to 10% body fat, you will seriously improve your looks within a matter of months. Semen retention leads to improved social confidence, better interactions, and a more masculine energy from you. Try doing semen retention for even 3 or 4 weeks, and then watch how women in public tend to gravitate towards you more. Of course, they're not going to come over and just grab your stick. But they'll tend to stand closer to you, look at you and then look down, and want to open up to you more. Not every woman, of course. But many women who are on the fence about you will think, there's just something about that guy. Yay, it's because he's retained his seed and the power is crazy. This would be nullified if every guy did semen retention. But most guys, whether they watch porn, masturbate, or have consistent sex, are constantly draining their balls. When women come across men who are practicing semen retention, there's a biological response. Not all women, but more women will be attracted to you, and the intensity will be increased. The longer you go, the more easier it is for you to socialize with people and talk to people with confidence. When I was releasing over a year ago when I was still masturbating, every time I talked to somebody, especially women, I would get nervous, especially around women I liked. I'd get nervous, my voice would thrill. But now when I talk it's like no problem, and before when I would talk to women I could barely hold eye contact. When you're on streaks of semen retention you're more confident, and when you do approach a woman it's because you generally like her and not because you're trying to bust a nut. Women are attracted to a man who is energized, who is driven and confident, who has that energy and that young charm, that male charge we have in our semen. As our hormones build up, women pick up on this. They can smell it on you. They may not be aware of it, but there is just something about you that is much more appealing to them because your bodies, on some level, are subtly communicating. A man who's trying to retain his seed is actively avoiding sex, which makes him more attractive. Think about it. Whatever you're doing, you're trying not to bust. If you're single and walking around, even though you might want to talk to that hot woman walking by, you try to avoid the temptation. You're actually trying to avoid sex and getting too close to females. And when you do this, you become more attractive to them. We all know that the harder a person is to get, the more we want them. But when doing semen retention, it's no longer a game. It's for real. Women can sense that you don't want to get at them. Combine your non-thirstiness with a solid physique and a calm demeanor, and they will be foaming at the mouth. They'll be hoping to get you to bust and get all of that good semen from you. We're not even aware of this communication on a physical level, but subconsciously people detect this. When you're a man who has this sexual charge built up, women pick up on this. You become more masculine because semen is the essence of our masculine energy. It contains hormones that make you masculine, the testosterone. By retaining your semen you become more of yourself. You become more intensified, more polarized, so you're going to attract the opposite polarity to yourself. You become much more polarized, therefore much more magnetic. Unfortunately, most young guys don't know what they want and they constantly release their seed. So while an 18-year or 19-year-old could accomplishment a ton if they knew what they wanted and practiced semen retention, this is rarely the case in the real world. Most younger guys constantly beat off, and some of the top-tier ones have sex regularly. Either way, they're generally draining their balls and wasting their incredible powers. However, if you're young, don't be offended by what I'm saying. If you practice semen retention and decide on a focus, you can develop a crazy powerful intention. You can use the law of attraction with semen retention to get what you want much quicker than your older self will be able to. It's just that most men don't have the discipline to retain their seed or decide on what they want until they're older. You'll eventually start getting more women interested in you, and a very healthy way to release this sexual energy is with them. And although they may be very sexually appealing, it's up to you to have the discipline to stick to your discipline until you're accomplished what you set out to do. You can get what you want much faster if you rise above your impulses and stop being a slave to ejaculation.